It was a pleasant day when we reached Lund from Helsingborg around 2:30 in the afternoon. From the train station, we hurried through quiet streets, hoping to reach the cathedral before the astronomical clock show began. We had just a few minutes to spare. In stride, we reached Lund Cathedral, one of Scandinavia's oldest churches, built in the Romanesque style and still in use today. Originally Catholic, it now serves as a Lutheran cathedral. Entrance is free. Visitors were already gathering, and a church host welcomed everyone with a brief introduction. We had arrived just in time, moments before the show began. At 1 minute before the hour, the astronomical clock, Horologium Mirabile Lundens, came to life. Two carved figures raised their trumpets, heralding the arrival of the three kings. Music played softly as the kings and their entourage circled Mary, holding the baby Jesus at the center of the clock. Apart from these figures, no other parts of the clock visibly animate during the performance. Above, a celestial dial traced the sun, moon, and stars, marking their quiet, slow passage through the zodiac. Below, a calendar quietly marked time across 2 centuries. Each midnight, the outer ring advances 1 notch to move forward to the next day. The show concluded. No one clapped. Everyone simply stepped back. So did we. The first thing we noticed, the church is Romanesque, like those we've seen in Lombardy, Italy. Heavy sandstone walls, rounded arches, thick pillars. The layout follows a Latin cross. A long, vaulted central nave, short transepts, a high ceiling, narrow windows, and a semicircular apse to the east. Above, the apse ceiling is adorned with a golden mosaic of Christ, radiating a sacred, watchful presence. At the center of the apse stands the main altar. The altarpiece glows with painted wood and gold leaf, depicting the coronation of the Virgin, surrounded by saints, each carved with distinct gestures or symbols. The chancel, just before the altar, is lined with carved wooden chairs, choir stalls that have stood here since the 14th century. Biblical scenes unfold across the panels. Beneath the folding seats, tiny misericords, carved supports, often whimsical, hide quietly beneath centuries of prayer. Bronze elements are part of the Romanesque style. One stands quietly in the chancel. Another rises near the altar, a massive bronze 7-branched candelabrum, forged in the 12th century. Its branches reach upward, symbolizing the 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit, or the menorah of Jewish tradition. 7 flames, 7 witnesses, 7 centuries of light. Mounted on the wall near the crypt is a second clock, plain, functional, and likely a modern addition for practical timekeeping. Down below is the crypt, the oldest part of the cathedral, built in 1123 with stone pillars and low arches. The place is dim, cool, and quiet. It smells faintly of old stone and damp air, a mustiness accumulated over centuries held in the walls. A giant named Finn and his wife, each supporting a separate column, like Samson and Delilah in stone. Legend says Finn helped build the church, but wasn't paid, so he tried to tear it down. Instead, he and his wife were turned to stone. Not far from them lie several tombs, noble men and women of their time. Like other visitors, we can only stare and wonder. Who were these people? Their lives ended, but how? Their stories faded. Will they ever be remembered? No one knows. But the cathedral still stands. And for a moment, you stand with them. And then, quietly, you move on. We stepped out into the church square and quietly left the cathedral behind, leaving the church in the hands of Henrik Schartau, a leading figure in Swedish Lutheranism. We were hungry. It was time to recharge. we walked towards Stortinget, the main square. Just off the square, we found Salja Holland, Lund's indoor food market. Inside, it was quiet, but the smell of seafood, ham and cheese, coffee, and pastries drew us in. We had a hot bowl of authentic Vietnamese pho, simple, satisfying, and just what we needed. From Stortinget, we passed Stadshallen, Lund City Hall. It's a space for public gatherings, but today, it was quiet. Then we turned toward the University Quarter, which begins with Lundegard. Lund Cathedral stands at the edge of Lundegard, the park at the heart of Lund's old town. It connects the cathedral to the university buildings. In August, it was calm, just trees, statues, and a few benches in the shade. Near the cathedral stood Historiska Museet, Lund University's historical museum. We walked through the park toward Kungshuset, the old royal residence. It's now part of Lund University. Then the path curved gently. Students rushed past on bikes, oblivious to the beauty around them, the rustling leaves, the way the light filtered through the trees. We were in Lundegard, a canopy of trees in the heart of the city. We passed the bust of Otto Lindblad, prominent composer and choirmaster. Across from the park is the university main building, completed in 1882. Neoclassical with Corinthian columns and a grand white facade, grand steps, and a fountain in front. This is where official university events are held. We stepped into Kulturen for a quick break. We didn't go inside. We were short on time. A few steps later, we crossed into Tegnersplatsen, a small square named for essayist Tegner, poet, professor, bishop. The trees thinned. More houses appeared, quiet, with storybook charm. We kept walking, and it felt as if the park had grown around us, wrapping the path in green as the ambience shifted once more. Then came more brick buildings, this time housing economics and management. We saw them from a distance, well-preserved, grounded across centuries. The quiet was deafening. Ahead of us, Jacques Ludwig Borelius was smiling. Fruit trees lined the park, their branches low and generous. Alongside stood more charming houses, like Hokeriet, with its quaint yellow facade, impossible to miss. Finally, we rushed through the Botanical Garden. Free entrance, well cared for, beautiful, a quiet abundance of flowers and vegetables, each in their own season. We didn't stay long. The sun was beginning to set. We knew our time in Lund was almost over. We made a quick loop, snapped a few photos, just enough to hold the memory. We walked fast to catch the train to Malmö, as if we knew the way like the back of our hands. A short ride south, just 30 minutes. Enough time to reflect. Lund had offered calm, clarity, and quiet beauty. We had a good time. Thank you for coming along with us on this wonderful trip.